I think the service industry is one of those jobs that really tests your strength of will. What's up, guys? It's Miranda. Welcome back to the weekly Fangirl. I had my hands like waiting. I was ready for it. I have been in the service industry in some capacity for almost 8 years. I think some of you will remember about 3 years ago I made a video chronicling my time up on Mackinac Island, and I mentioned in that video, wow, that I had just gotten a job as a chef. This is a job that I've been doing for a long time. Since I started in the workforce, this is mostly what I've been doing. I've been working with food, I've been working with people as a result. One thing I've noticed, there are not nearly enough videos talking about the shit that goes into working this job. There have been videos about the shit that bartenders have to deal with, that waiters and waitresses have to deal with, and like hosts in restaurants and stuff like that, which is how I got the idea for this video in the first place. But I wanted to chime in my 2 cents today because I've been keeping a little note tab in my phone, some shit that I've noticed on the job that has just been happening to me and my coworkers for years. I need to get it out there. I need to put it out into the world, because that old adage of the customer always being right is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. So I wanted to share some things with you guys today. Let's get started, shall we? The first thing I have written down here actually has more to do with like working in the kitchen. Whenever you're thinking of taking a meal break, even if you've been slow all day, suddenly everybody and their sister is hungry. Like I said, I have been working this job for a while now, and one thing that you have to know about working in a kitchen is that the days are anywhere from 6 to 14 hours long, depending on your rank in the kitchen, whether you're a line cook or a prep cook or a chef, depending on where you're working, how busy it is, whether or not it's a weekend or something like that, what shift you're on. And this is just me speaking for myself. It could be a short day or it can be an incredibly long day. And again, whether you're busy or slow, a lot of times, depending on what you're doing, there's also prep on the line, but you have to keep your station clear, which I will get into in another video. I could make it its whole video by itself. It's a long day. You're on your feet for a long time, you're tired, you're hungry, and all you want after making food all day is to make food for yourself. You haven't eaten since this morning, you're hungry. It could be the middle of the shift, but we've been banging all day. It could be the end of the shift, but it's been slow all day, but like we had other shit to do. And I haven't had a chance to sit down and take my break, so I'm gonna throw together a sandwich or a salad, like something simple, or even just grab a bowl of soup. It could be anything. As soon as you go to grab your food, what happens? You hear the bell over the door. You see people walking up to the register and you think, no. No, please God, no. Don't let them just get a pastry from up front. Let them just be getting a coffee. Just fucking please. Yeah, I'll have a pizza and a whole dinner salad. And also, what kind of sandwiches do you have? It never fails. Every time I go to make my own food, suddenly everybody else in the neighborhood wants to come in and eat first. There's a line to the door. And the worst part is, again, it's always the way it happens, where we've been slow all day. It's been dead, like friggin' tumbleweeds. It's been a ghost town all day. And then suddenly I want to eat, and now y'all are hungry. Now you want food. Excuse you. I gotta move on. But that's just, it gets me, man. Okay, point number 2. I have worked in places before where there's a huge picture window looking into the kitchen. Sometimes it's literally just like the line is here, and like right here there's a big window looking out onto the street, which is the situation where I'm working now. Like there's a line, and then right at the pizza station, right at the end of the line, there's this huge window that looks out onto the street, so there's constantly people walking past and they look into the window, which, you know what, fine, whatever. If you're just walking past and you like glance in and you're like, oh hey, there's somebody in there making a pizza, I'll sit and watch for like a second and then be on my merry way. That's great, because I know it does look cool. And you know, I won't lie, there are times, especially if it's been a slow day, where I see like a kid walking past with their parents, and like it's a little, like maybe they're 7 years old, and it's like the magical thing of like, oh my god, she's tossing the pizza dough up into the air, that's so awesome. Fine, whatever, I'll show off a little bit, that's fine. I'll say it, 100% real. Sometimes I do show off, and sometimes it's cool to see a little kid be like, oh! What is not cool is when you got grown-ass people staring at you in this window for like 10 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. At the place that I'm at now, I work pizza station a lot. It's my favorite station to work, as a matter of fact. I'm Sicilian, it's in the blood. 9 times out of 10, it's not little kids. They're not just there for a second and then they go on. It's grown adults that stand there and stare at you like you're a fucking fucking zoo animal, and I'm sick of it. It is the one part about my job that pisses me off more than anything else. And the worst of it is that sometimes it's just, I mean, unapologetically, unabashedly pervy men who will just stand there. I've caught guys staring at my rack. I've caught guys staring at my coworkers' asses. And because I close, a lot of times it's at night, you don't see anybody there because it's dark, and then all of a sudden you look up and there's just a dude just standing at the window like he knows you're looking at him. And like, there have been times where I'm like, I'm not making eye contact, I'm not looking at you, eventually you'll go away. And you can feel their eyes on you. It's just fucking, it's disgusting. And I don't look like this. Like, I'm not done up at work. I'm sweaty, I'm greasy, it's hot, there's flour all over me, so no, I'm not gonna take the effort to put my makeup on. I'm wearing a baseball hat, a t-shirt, and cargo pants. Like, I look like I'm at work because I'm at work. I don't exist for you to put your eyeballs all over me, put them back in your head where they belong. I'm just trying to make somebody's food, dude. And then there's guys that try to talk to you through this like inch-thick pane of glass. I can't hear you. So what the fuck are you trying to, like, what are you doing? I can't hear you, dude. You're obnoxious, you're creepy, and now you're also dumb. And then, oh my god, because it's summertime, like during the day, there's kids that ride by on those stupid fucking bird scooters, which again, I could get into a whole other rant, but we're focusing on this right now. They ride by and they like slap the window on their way by. I had this happen to me last week. Some asshole kid who had to be about 16, like taps on the glass with his like posse of friends, flips me off, and then rides away. I run to the end of that line. I slap my hand on the fucking window, hoping one of them turns around and is like, whoa. Because yeah, motherfucker, I can see you. Your mama didn't raise you right. Either that or she definitely raised you better, but you didn't pay attention. Next. 3. And this one's important. If you even so much as think of upsetting one of my coworkers front of house, know that I will cut you. I don't know how many times this has happened, but some of y'all, when you go out to eat, you don't know how to fucking treat people. You don't know how to act right. You don't know how to go out, be patient, be polite. Some people do. I'm not like, my beef it was with everybody else. People go out and they treat waitstaff however the fuck they please. They treat cashiers however the fuck they want because they want their food now. They expect to be served now. And if you have like the slightest protest of like, well, but I also want to be treated like a human being. No! Fuck your feelings. I don't give a shit. I want my food. I paid for it. I'm a paying customer, so you will treat me with respect. That doesn't mean I have to treat you with respect. I'm paying you, so I can treat you however I want. No, and fuck you. I work currently, like I said, in a cafe, and there's a big order window that looks out into the dining room. So I can see the register from where I'm at, which means I can see when you treat my barista cashier coworkers like shit and know that they come back to the kitchen. They come back and they tell us what you just said to them. On a regular basis, I have heard of my coworkers being harassed. I have heard of my coworkers being cussed out. I've had managers that have been spit on by customers. Actually, no, it's just the one. But it's happened more than once, and I have had to resist the urge, and I've also been told by that manager, no, you can't go out and stab the customer. With the knife in my hand ready to throw down, because you don't treat people like that. You don't treat my friends like your own personal little lapdogs that you can just snap at them and get your way. You don't get to talk to people however you want, and you don't get to fucking sexually harass my coworkers. You don't get to do it to me, you for damn sure don't get to do it to them. No fucking sir. Come into our place of business and you make one of our girls up front feel so much as uncomfortable, I will cut you. And again, not everybody makes the job that difficult. Some people go into places and it's a genuine pleasure to serve them. I was a server at one point. I had regular customers that I loved, but then some people come in and they don't know how to act right. They walked out of the house and left their manners at home. It's bullshit. Stop fucking doing that. Stop being rude to my coworkers. You're rude, you're wrong, and you know you're wrong. Next! Oh, fuck. Okay. This is my favorite. Let me just read this verbatim because I wrote this shit down. Oh, it's a minute before our kitchen closes and you want a full meal? Salad, sandwich, soup, hell, even a pizza? Maybe several pizzas? Sure! Of course! What else would you like? The only time this is acceptable is if you go into a place and you know they're 24 hours. Anywhere else, ask what time their kitchen closes before you put an order in, because let me paint you a picture real quick, okay? Where I work, I close. For the last half an hour, I have been trying to clean my line. I've been trying to restock everything, clean everything, wipe everything down, break down the grill, wipe out the oven, sweep the floor, mop the floor, all of that. But the one thing that I am not prepared for after I just wrapped half my line up is for you to come in, and it happens at least once a week. I'm not making this up. People will come in 5 minutes before we close, like on the dot. 4, 3, 2 minutes. And if we close at 9, for example, which we do, the kitchen closes at 9, front of house closes at 10. So you can still sit out there, have a drink, have a pastry, watch something on TV, use our Wi-Fi for the last hour, whatever. But if you come in a minute before we close, I just turned off the pizza oven and you want 3 pizzas, and I'm speaking from experience, this happened to me last week. And it's one thing if you don't know, because that's the thing. You can Google our hours and it says we close at 10 on weekdays. It doesn't say like front of house closes at 10, kitchen closes at 9. That's why I'm saying ask before you order. Like, so some people it's genuine ignorance, and you know what? Fucking fine. Fair enough. It's our job. But if you know, and you come in and you pull that shit anyway, and you look at your watch, or more accurately, you look at your phone and you say, they have a minute left. I'd like this, 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 and this. Which again, I'm not making this up. This happened a couple months back. And I know this because my cashier barista up front came back to the kitchen after apologizing for putting the order in because she didn't have a choice, and I don't have a choice whether or not I have to make it. She comes back and she said, this bitch held her phone up to my face and said, it's 8:59, so I'll have this, this, and this. Not only did she have to put the order in because it was her job, but I had to sit there and make it. It took me an extra 20 minutes, and then I had to clean up my line. I had to unwrap, make everything, clean everything up, rewrap everything, restock some shit, and then finish cleaning up my line. I had to re-sweep out the pizza oven because of course, you know it was pizzas. Fucking, it's one thing if you're ignorant, it's another thing if you do it on purpose. You're a fucking asshole, and I need you to stop. It's just, and again, let's go back to the rudeness thing for a second, okay? It's just rude. Because also, on the subject of making my coworkers feel like shit, who fucking holds their phone up to somebody's face to be, like, deliberately be an asshole? Who fucking does that? Who raised you? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Stop it. If you're going in anywhere, it's like the last half hour of the night. You're getting in, you're cutting it close, but fine. If it's the last 20 minutes, really rethink your decision. And if it's the last 10 minutes, you better pray to God that I am in a good mood tonight, or I swear I will seriously consider spitting in your food, but I won't do it because I'm professional. I'm professional and I don't do that. I don't know how many times I've been tempted to do it, or to like burn your food just enough that you'll still eat it. But again, that costs us Yelp reviews, and it makes my girls up front's job harder, and I don't want to inconvenience them any more than you already have. So I make your food, I make it perfect so that y'all bastards come back. But next time, just come back within an appropriate time frame. And here's the thing, tangentially, if you're going in somewhere late, ordering it to go doesn't make a difference because they still have to ring you up, and I still have to make it. I still have to destroy my whole line all over again that I just cleaned up to make your freaking pizza to go. It doesn't matter if you're saving dishes. I still have to make it for you. It still takes an extra 15 minutes out of my fucking night that I could be using to clean so I can go home, so that I can go and eat the food that I wasn't allowed to eat earlier because I made it, and then a fucking line to the door happened, and then the food sat there and got cold, so I ended up having to throw it out. And just stop it! Stop it! Ah! Because again, it's people that are like, I'm a paying customer, I can do whatever. I'm a paying customer? There's nothing worse on this earth than a paying customer, TM. I need to move on. I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating. I'm hot. I had to turn off the air conditioning so that it wouldn't fuck up my audio. And I'm hot. Okay, special requests. This is not something that I ever get into where I'm at now, but when I was working at a different bakery before this, and when I was working at a fine dining place, this happened a lot. People come in anywhere from a party of like 5 to 15. It's someone's anniversary, it's someone's birthday, it's someone's graduation night, you know, big night, it's an occasion, everybody's celebrating, having a good time. Maybe it was a surprise and they didn't even know. Oh my god, thank you guys so much, I love you. So the person who's in charge of it comes to the wait staff and is like, hey, is there any way we could get like a special dessert? And like, even better, is there any way that you could possibly, like, I don't know if you can do this, but like, if you can you write like happy blank or congratulations on blank, or, you know, surprise this, that, or whatever on the cake or on like the fruit plate or whatever, and like chocolate or frosting or something. Can you do that? Could you please? Listen, you want to surprise somebody you love with this nice gesture of dessert. As someone who appreciates a good dessert, especially if it's like a chocolate lava cake or some shit, I am on board. You want to make somebody's night by getting them a special cake just for them with like chocolate writing on the plate that says like you did a good job at something, or happy birthday or whatever. Fine, by all means, because it's wonderful. Who doesn't want free dessert with their name on it? Like, that's great. But don't come in and ask us after your party is already sat down, because then the wait staff has to go back to the kitchen and see, first of all, if anybody even knows how to do that, which luckily for all the places I worked at, I know how to write in chocolate, but there's not many people that do. It's actually kind of difficult. So it's hard enough, but then, like, on top of that, maybe it's a weekend night. Maybe you just had a big enough party that you just destroyed our line for the last half hour, and now you want to pull somebody off of the station to come and do something that is not their job. When, let me tell you something, you could have called yesterday and been like, hey, we're having a party, or we're having a little sit down with a bunch of people, or even just like, I'm proposing to my girlfriend, like, here's what I want you to do. You want to make it special? Call ahead. Fucking give us notice. We can do it that night and set the plate in the walk-in. All we have to do is heat up the cake, plop it on the plate, cut up some strawberries real quick, set it around the rim, and it's done. The writing's done ahead of time. I don't have to come off my station, take time away from something I'm supposed to be doing so your food gets out on time so you don't complain. It destroys the whole rhythm of the line. And it happened way too many times. And again, when I worked at a bakery, this happened a lot too. People would come in and they just look at one of the prepared cakes and be like, okay, hey, can you write happy birthday on this real quick? If you come in, the place is dead, and I've had nothing to do for the last hour, by all means, give me something fun to do. Of course I will write on your cake. But if, for example, it's fucking Punchki Day, there's a line out the door, and on top of that, you're coming in because it's your kid's birthday and you want this written very specifically on the cake, and it's like a 5-inch cake, by the way, and it might not even all fit on there. You want me to go to the back when I'm supposed to be ringing up these people's orders and like bagging their bread and shit? You want me to go to the back, take your cake, and write on it specifically when you've got people that have been waiting here for the last 10 minutes? Lady, if you want somebody to take time out of their day and time away from their job to do something special for you, give them forward notice. At least call ahead. Even if you're only calling like 10 minutes ahead before you walk into the restaurant, that's better than not calling at all, showing up and surprising somebody, and especially if you have a big party. And tangentially, if you walk into a place and you have a big party and you're all putting your orders in, it's like anywhere from 10 to 20 people, and you expect your food out in 5 minutes, you're an asshole. And again, I'm saying this is someone who's been on both sides of this equation, because let me just set the scene for you, okay? It was my mom's birthday back in November. We're all going out. It's like me, my mom, my stepdad, my brother, his girl, and like 10 other people, and me and my brother and his girl are riding together. Everybody else is already at the restaurant. We're like half an hour late, but we get there. I sit down, we're the last ones there, we're half an hour late, everybody else has already put their orders in. The waitress comes back around and she asks for my order, his order, her order. We all put our food in, great. The orders start coming out and mine's taking a while. Everyone around me is starting to crack jokes like, wow, I mean, keep going like this, you're not even gonna eat tonight. I'm like, yeah, no, fine, it's fine. I had a little snack before we even got in the car, it's fine. My grandma, who's sitting across from me, who's been a waitress, she was a waitress for like 30 years, she says, she's like, oh, you should say something. I'm like, no, it's really fine. She's like, no, how are they gonna get better if they don't know? People would tell me all the time, like I always tell people, I'm like, Grandma, no, I got here late, I ordered a dish that's not like a salad, so yeah, my food's gonna take a while. And again, we're at a big party. There's like 10, 15 people. I can't even remember how many people we had, but it was enough that the food was gonna take a while anyway, and they did. They had to stagger it out. Like, some people got pasta, some people got steak, some people got salad. And then on top of that, 3 of the parties show up late, so of course their food's coming out last. And I got my food. It came out hot, fresh, delicious. It was perfect. I ate all of it. It was A+ gold star. Y'all are real ones. It was delicious. But it was just this thing of like, and it wasn't an unreasonable amount of time to wait. If it was like 45 minutes to an hour and I still didn't get my food and everyone at the table is eating, then yeah, I might say something. But I'm not gonna say something to someone who is doing their job, already stressed. It's a Friday night, the dining room's packed, and on top of that, we're a big party and I showed up late. Of course I'm not gonna make a big deal about my food. And you shouldn't either. If you go somewhere, you can see the place is busy, you know your party's big, you know the kitchen is probably in complete disarray because y'all just showed up and threw the whole rhythm off, and on top of that, you want your food out like it's a hot and ready in 5 fucking minutes? No! You turn around and walk away with that kind of attitude. Get out of our No! You show up, you put your order in, and you fucking wait your turn, bitch! You are not the first person to put their order in, you are not at the head of the line. Just because you just put your order in does not put you first. You are behind like 6 other tickets at least on a busy night. So you sit and you fucking wait your turn. Fill up on bread and water like everybody else, and you wait. Have a little patience. People are doing their best. We're trying our best to get the food out to you quick, but it's gonna take a minute. Just stop making people feel like shit for something that's out of their control. Don't take it out on the wait staff because the kitchen's taking a while, because that's the other thing too. Either you're moving slow, your brain is fried, or for whatever reason this dish is just not cooperating with you, because it happens. It happens. Sometimes you just have an off night and for your ticket times are not where they should be. You're stressed. But then the wait staff starts to come back to you and is like, they're bitching, will you just hurry up? They're bitching at the wait staff when it's not their fault that I'm taking forever. So don't take it out on your servers when the food's not coming out, because they're not cooking it. They have no control over this. The kitchen does. Have some patience when you go out, please. Please. Make all of our lives a little easier. Next point, where am I at? How many did I even write down? Hang on. Okay, I'm on point 5. We got 8 things on the list, we're almost done. And again, on the subject of patience, don't go into a place when you know you have only 5 minutes to grab food and expect your food to be out in 3, especially if you've been there before and you know that at best the food takes 10 minutes to get out. I'm saying this as someone who works in a cafe where there's a lot of like young people out on their lunch break. I'm in a busy city, it's downtown, so there's a big office building next to us, it happens a lot. They come in, and here's the thing, right when you walk in to the place where I work, there is a big cooler next to the door. It's got drinks, it has pre-made sandwiches, and pre-made salads. All right there, tastefully displayed, called grab and go, meaning you grab it and you go. But no, these people come in, they walk right past that cooler, they walk straight up to the register, and they say, hey, can I get a pizza? And I only have a couple minutes, so can we make it quick? Bitch, look, I can get a pizza out to you in 5 minutes. It's not gonna be cooked all the way. The dough's still gonna be raw in the middle, but you want a pizza in 5 minutes, I can get you a pizza in 5 minutes, you're not gonna be happy with it. I don't understand people's thought processes, whatever. When you walk into a place and you expect, demand even, lightning fast service at a place that isn't Jimmy John's. Like, I don't comprehend. Why? Why do people do this? It makes no sense to me. You walk in somewhere, you order something that you know at the quickest is gonna take 10 minutes to make, and you want it out in 5. And woe betide the person that tells you you have to wait. Whether it's the cashier, whether you can see into the kitchen and you look in and you're like, excuse me, how much longer is it gonna take? Because I've gotten that. I've had people stand at my window and be like, is that the order for, bitch? You're like 3rd in line. You can fucking wait. You can wait. When you go in somewhere and you're looking for something quick, get a sandwich, get a salad, get soup. That will take the least amount of time. And even then, you still have to wait. You can't just grab it and go, unless you walk in somewhere and you got pre-wrapped sandwiches and salads right there by the door. You grab it, you grab your soda, you grab some chippies, and you grab it and go. It's right there in the name. Don't go in somewhere and sit down and expect to just like tapping your foot being like, I ordered so long ago. Bitch, it's been 3 minutes, you can fucking wait. And oh my god, if you go in somewhere and you have an order that you need in 5 minutes and you want to make all the modifications. Like again, if you're going in and you have an allergy, you have a gluten sensitivity, I don't know why you're going into a bakery / pizzeria with a gluten allergy, but the thing of it is, we do offer gluten-free products. We can make any of our sandwiches gluten-free, so I get it. Fine, whatever. Maybe we have that option for you. It never hurts to check. That's not what I have a problem with. What I have a problem with, and what any other cook will tell you is a problem, is when you walk in somewhere and you say you have an allergy, but we know you're full of shit. You're like, oh, I'm allergic to MSG. You don't have anything with MSG in it, do you? Like, first of all, it just makes the food taste better. It's not bad for you. Second of all, you can have a sensitivity to it, but it's rare. You're like allergic to cilantro? No, you're fucking not. It just tastes like soap and you don't like it. So just say no cilantro, whatever. But you don't have to make a big deal about it, because then people come back and you say you have an allergy, we have to change out the cutting boards, change our gloves, get a new knife, get like separate pans to cook all your shit in. It destroys the line. It takes more time, and then you get impatient about your food, and where is it? We had to overhaul our entire process just so that nothing gets cross-contaminated for you. So there's the whole allergen thing. But then just separately, modifications to an order. You go in somewhere, maybe you've never been there before. You see something on the menu you like, and you're like, okay, that sounds good. But I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, and I don't want this. So by the time you're done ordering it, you've gotten something completely different than what's on the menu. And then you have the audacity to say, you know what, it wasn't even really that great. Maybe I won't come back here. We take all this time. We take months, you know, to like conceptualize a menu for y'all ungrateful asses, and you're gonna come in here, overhaul our whole little dish that we spent all this time trying to make up just for you, and then you say that it's somehow our fault that you don't like it? Out of my face with that nonsense. Or people's modifications that just don't make sense. No lie, this happened to me last night. I'm on pizzas, I get a pepperoni pizza, no pepperonis. We have a margarita pizza. It's just a cheese pizza, but for whatever reason, sometimes people will come in and they'll order a pepperoni pizza, which is $2 more expensive, I think. They'll get no pepperonis. And it's still like the thing with our pepperoni pizza, it's not just pepperoni and cheese. Like it comes with onions, it comes with herbs on top, hygiene. It comes with honey drizzled over it. It's like real artisanal. It's real nice. But people come in and they'll get a pepperoni pizza with all of that off, and they just want cheese. We have a margarita pizza that's $2 cheaper, and if you really just want cheese, no herbs, you can get it without the basil on it, and it's just cheese. Why are you, like, you're wasting my time, you're wasting your money. Well, okay, that's what you want. I'll still make it for you, because at this point it's kind of funny to me. I'm like, okay, fine, you throw your money away, whatever, it's more for us. But like, it makes no sense. Why are you doing this to yourself? Look at the menu, look what you want, and say, okay, I don't want this, this, or this. But the pared down version is very similar to this item that's $2 cheaper. Just get that. It makes you're nonsensical. What are you doing with yourself? I don't get it. You have to be a part of everything, don't you? Want to be included in the video? Want to say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? No, you want to die now? That's okay. Can I make you hate your life now? You're shedding on everything. Okay, well, she doesn't want to be present. Maybe she's not camera ready. She's shedding all over everything, but she does want my attention, so I'm gonna have to wrap this video up. Before I go, and before I really wrap this up, though, I want to leave y'all with one good story that I have about my job. I had an order last week, and it was great. Sometimes people are just like real vague about what they want. Like they want like light this or light that, or they want like extra this or extra that. But they don't like really specify. We have a sandwich where I'm at. It's called a blat. It's a bacon, lettuce, avocado, and tomato sandwich. And this person, I swear to God, she comes in and she orders a blat to go, no avocado on it, sub veggies. I don't know what kind. I don't care what kind. Either go wild. This is what the fuck I did, right? So I'm looking at this ticket and I'm like, I mean, she said go wild. So I look at my line and I've got artichokes, I've got mushrooms, I've got pickled onions, I've got arugula and spinach and carrots and oh bitch, you best believe I loaded that fucking sandwich up. So I've got one of almost every vegetable on my line on this fucking sandwich, and then bacon. And this thing looked like a fucking Dagwood. It was the best. And I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm looking at my coworker. I'm like, she said go wild. She said whatever you want. And this could have gone terribly, terribly wrong. I could have done all of it and been a complete smartass, and she could have seen it and been like, but this isn't what I wanted. But that's not what happened, okay? What happened is I made this fucking behemoth masterpiece of a veggie sandwich with bacon, and I put it in the box, I send it out into the window, and then I look and I wait. And she gets the sandwich, right? And then, like, she said, I can see her saying something to my coworker up front, and then my coworker comes back to me and she's like, she saw it and she said that looked awesome, and I'm like, fucking yes! That's what I'm talking about, because you said go wild, so I fucking delivered. She looked at the sandwich and she's like, this is amazing, is what my coworker said. I'm like, yes, yes it is, and it did, it looked awesome. It actually looked really good. This sandwich had fucking cauliflower on it, but it looked like, it was roasted cauliflower, and it looked delicious. I put zucchini on there, fucking red peppers. It had everything. It had a little bit of everything. The only thing it didn't have was avocado, but it had bacon on there. You can't have a veggie sandwich without bacon, you know? But yeah, and I saw her as she was leaving, and she had the Cold Stone logo on the back of her shirt, so I want to go into Cold Stone now and be just like, I don't care what it looks like at the end, I don't care how much it costs, I don't care what you put on it, I want you to take that waffle bowl and I want you to fill it with whatever you like. You can use whatever base you want. I don't have any food allergies. You can use whatever toppings you want. You can throw nuts on there. You can throw one of every syrup on there if you want. I don't care if they don't taste right together. I want to see this fucking amalgamation of every ingredient you have on this line, and I just want to see what it tastes like. Just wow me. Whatever you come up with, just make it a game, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it works out not so well, but last week it fucking worked out a treat. It was so fun and funny, and this girl made my fucking day. So like you go into a restaurant or a cafe or a freaking a bar, a bakery, wherever you're at, fine dining establishment, a restaurant in a resort, wherever you're at. If you go into a place, know what you want, treat the staff well, be patient. We're not trying to make you wait unless you're being an asshole. Go into a place and treat the people who are serving you like people, and you will have a pleasant experience. Go into a place and treat the people serving you, and more importantly, making your food like shit, and get cut. That's all I'm gonna say for this video. I just wanted to put this out there. I've been wanting to make this video for years, and this isn't even all of my fucking stories. I have more, but I just wanted to share all of my grievances that I could think of off the top of my head, and one fucking cherry on top that fucking made my day. Now, maybe I should have some good customer experiences and some good stories at work, just like funny things. So maybe that'll be another video by itself, but for now, this is what I wanted to make. I wanted to vent and get this out and put this out into the world for all my other line cooks out there. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up down below, share it around on your social media, leave me a comment and tell me what you thought. If you're a line cook, please comment and tell me some shit that you've had to deal with, because I want to hear your stories. I'm amazed that I even managed to stay a little bit on target this week, so that was cool. That's all I got time for. I have been Miranda. This has been the weekly Fangirl. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!